Alright guys, so today I wanted to show off a couple stones that you don't often see. These are two examples of Nakayama Tenjyou Suita. Um, this one being an old HATANAKA Tenjyou Suita, and this one being a more recently mined Tanaka. And interesting stones. This one here is much more knife friendly than this one here. This one here you can hone a razor on. This one here I would polish bevels with. Big difference in softness, but almost similar finenesses. This one is going to be a little finer. This one here is almost as fine, not quite. Still in that Nakayama range that you expect. Very beautiful stone. I don't have any other stone like this as far as the coloration goes. This is very marbled. I cannot remember the term off the top of my head that you typically see in like Ohira Suita sometimes. But this is in this Nakayama Tenjyou Suita. Automatically, right off the bat, a neat coloration or a neat layering that you can see. Towards the bottom are the karasu lines. Not being a karasu, this is still a Tenjyou Suita. I just thought it was pretty neat that both the very old mined Tenjyou Suita and this more recent Tanaka Tenjyou Suita both have a stripe of karasu going through them at relatively the same location towards the bottom. I am guessing that the Tenjyou Suita layer at Nakayama is very thin. Really hard to find any examples of these. I've only seen one example that was for sale from, I cannot remember, the Japan stone. Alex Gilmore, I think he had an example. I think Todd Anderson bought it. I can't recall. But so these are both Tenjyou Suita from Nakayama, and immediately you can see this marbled look. It's got you can barely see, it's almost like the ringe is very fine, but you got blues, some orange, very light orange, some namazu, just a mineral line right here, kind of going with the namazu. You don't feel them in use. Really, this is a phenomenal stone right here. This is a Maruka. When I got it, it had the Maruka stamp. It was not sealed in cashew. It's very faint. Unfortunately, after I sealed it in cashew, you can no longer see the Maruka stamp. But I did take photos prior to sealing, so those are always there. Doesn't matter. This stone, I can never picture myself selling this stone right here. This one here is so unique, so rare. You just don't see them at all. This is a true knife-friendly Nakayama Suita. Now, I just recently got one in the normal Suita format that is good for knives, but this one here is even better for knives. I mean, it's truly a unique stone. This one here I have done polishing with, but it's a little more difficult. Here's the Tanaka stamps on that, of course, and this, obviously it says it's a Nakayama Tenjyou Suita. So yep, there's the karasu line, goes all the way around. Has a slight little crack in here, and it was glued. The plan for this was to cut up into Toma Nagura. I haven't done that, but I just had to have another Tenjyou Suita example, and it was really fun comparing something that was open pit mined towards the top, comparing it to something that was mined in an old tunnel forever ago. So with that, I mean, it's crazy. I almost don't like using the stone because it's so rare. Of course, the kiridashi that is uneven. But will be a good tester. It will be flooded, of course. I've prepped the surface, and we'll begin this before I use the knife on it. Right off, you can feel the texture, but it is extremely smooth. You can feel the firmness of the stone underneath. It's very fast, but it does want to put off a self slurry, so it's like it's going back and forth with that, you know. That's kind of fighting the suspended metal particles with mud, you know. So it's wanting to be a black slurry, but it's giving off enough mud that it's turning gray. That's really all you need with that fast stone. A perfect polish. I mean, this is ridiculous. Try to get a good angle. It's in that upper 8K region. It's finer than an Ohira, but not quite as fine as the normal format Suita. But it's up there. I mean, look how bright that is. Very nice. Let's see if I can wipe some of this slurry off. So it does, of course, change the stone surface in use pretty quickly. So it's not perfectly flat anymore, but I think we'll be okay. The normal knife, I use pretty much the front half. It's the old polish. I think the last thing I was used for was an Ohira Suita, or maybe the it was the Shiro Suita, Ohira Shiro Suita I used last on this bevel. So it will probably be very similar in polish. I'm not gonna lie. The Ohira Shiro Suita and this are very similar in fineness. But we'll see. I haven't polished with it in a while. As you can see with the bevel, I did remove all the slurry and wiped it off. So basically water again. And it's already that. This is a Tenjyou Suita from Nakayama. I mean, this is insane. It feels awesome. Very nice feedback. You can tell it's peeling the steel. There's no grabby grabs, nothing surprising me in the feedback whatsoever. I love this stone. I have done this whole knife with this stone. I was able to even take care of the faceting towards the heel to give it a presentable look. It was awesome. Some call this the Uchigomori of Nakayama. A little bit of a misnomer there, since Uchigomori is more of the process versus the stone, of course, but it's not Uchigomori unless it comes from Ohira. Maybe Mizukihara, but call it what you want. I call this a Tenjyou Suita from Nakayama, while Uchigomori is Tenjyou Suita from Ohira mine. Okay. Man. It's a very fine polish. Okay, so we do the light test. So it's a fairly bright, you know, not quite the same color as the core, not quite as fine as the finest Nakayama, where it's just white and white. It's got barely a little bit of yellow to it. So it's, man, it's such an even polish. It is really insane how well this this stone polishes. Man, very good contrast. It does leave, looking down it, I don't know if you can see, it does leave a little bit of white to the jacket. You know, it's that mud. But man, it's such a fine mud that it's not a matte finish. It is reflective. Ah, man, I'm smitten over this stone. This is, very few stones make me, I mean, they all make me, you know, feel great. You know, they're awesome to have and use. But this one here, it just doesn't make sense. I wish every stone polished as well as this one did. I mean, honestly, this is the ultimate polishing stone. I just can't. I can't picture one better. This one beats everything I've used as far as ease of use, nice high-class polish, just no stress. It's a very stress-free polish, other than using it, you know, taking away the thickness as you use it over and over. That's the hardest thing about it. The hardest thing. So yeah, totally smitten over that stone. I would have more if I could. This stone, I'm not even sure if it's even. I can't remember what I did with it last. Wasn't really planning on doing anything with it. But maybe the Kiridashi, maybe there's a spot on it that's flat. Yeah, this one's just a little uneven, but it's hard. Harder to use when it's uneven, of course. Just need to find a spot I haven't used. Oh, this is pretty good right here. Yeah, needs to be evened out. It's gonna leave scratches across the bevel if I don't. It hasn't, and that's looking really fine. I mean, this will polish it to the highest level. I mean, its hardness, and then the particle size is really tiny. But it's so fine it does not generate, you know, it's not a Kasumi. Very bright. I'm probably mostly polishing in here, not towards here a little bit. It's hard to tell. Stone's so hard and it's uneven surface. This might be a good spot right here. This would make a great Tomo Nagura. You can see how reflective that jacket is there. Okay, I'm not gonna throw the knife bevel on there, but you get the point. I thought it was cool bringing it out. I should have lapped it, but I thought it was cool to show the same Karasu line that runs along the bottom of this one that one does. Like I said, I'm sure you've heard it now 100 times, but this is an incredible stone. Not much else to say. There's no con to that whatsoever. Probably my top 3 stones that I own, and definitely firmly top 3. And I don't know, not much else to say. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Of course, it's not the first time I've shown it, but this was the better demonstration video. And until next time, maybe I'll pull it out again for another project. I don't play on this too much, you know, I don't just practice polish on it, so I need an excuse to use it. Until then, see you guys.